Good morning. So, today, down at the workshop. It's a Saturday morning. It's cold. I'm going to go through a bit of a what's happened this year and what's to come next year. Fingers crossed. In this video of what's coming on the ERF. I might have to script it so my mind doesn't wander off in every single direction like it usually does. Hopefully, it'll be a good video for you. Get to see what we've been through this year, all the plans that I've got for over the winter, into next year, and then also through next year, because I don't have all the time and all the money to do everything at once like I would like to sometimes. So it's going to be bits and bats every so often, little steps, and you make big progress. Now Zach from, that does not want to be on the floor. I'm wearing my new boots. Got some new fancy shoes for the winter. I'm wearing them in. Zach, County Durham truck spotting. He actually posted on his Instagram story last night about how far the wagon's come. So he had a picture of it with mine, and it was also next to Matt's at Lincoln Truckfest. And she was tidy, but she wasn't as tidy as she is now. She didn't have the sun visor brackets finished. She didn't have the bumpers painted. It was all just satin black and no headboard, no lights and everything, obviously, because they've only just gone on. No air horns, stuff like that. So she's come on a long way in the year. First off, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the kettle on and give you a cold start. It should be warming up while I have my cup of tea. I don't know what do people think of these cold starts. Well, they're not cold starts, it's chilly. I just like to put the camera on, put in an exhaust, and I crank it up, because it sounds nice and it's better than just hearing the buzzer in the cab. But just let us know what you think. And also, hopefully, I'll explain it later in the video, so make sure you stick around. I might be able to get better cold starts soon, if that makes sense. And I'm not talking about the coldness. Gotta love a Cummins. Oh, she always starts well. And how many things do you know? And starting cold like that with no smoke. They're a good old engine, them Cummins. Take a route for a quick run along the road. We'll do some talking. Nice little bit of run, bit of noise, bit of Jake brake action, bit of floating gears. Fast tick over warming her up. Make sure the battery box is on. Yep. Just a quick one, Well, we'll talk about things. What's to come and where we've been and what's to come. Yeah, so in regards to where we've been with the wagon, obviously over the year she's been going into the beginning of the year. It was mainly getting her mechanically ready for MOT. We've got new tyres on the front, we've got non-steer axle, good second-hand tyres, I couldn't afford to buy new. New lights. Has she got new lights? Yeah, she's got new lights. We'll say she's got new lights for test right now. Airbags all the way through it, new mid-lift airbags, like lift airbags, new mid-lift bags, suspension bags, new rear airbags, cab bushes. All the things that just wanted that little bit done, now got done. And once we got the MOT sorted out the way, after fixing those little things she failed on, which two of them annoyingly I knew about, but didn't have time, I just completely forgot to fix. The exhaust blow, which only needed some exhaust come in, and the flexi, and the suspension level rod. I forgot to put the nut on the bottom because I had it off when I had the whole back end stripped off, getting there ready for painting. That you might remember in the video where I had the level rod, the bags out because it was easier to take them out than try and mask them up. Oh, she sounds lovely. She sounds lovely. The next, obviously, once we got all that sorted and she got MOT'd, we were on to making her look pretty, or starting to do the bits, the modifications, making her look a bit nicer. Started off with just tidying it up a bit, polishing it. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Once we got it was all painted. I painted up the inner wheel arches and everything. That was the really turn point, I thought, for the wagon, where it started to really change. And I'm really happy that a lot of you have come in for the journey with us, and you just enjoy seeing the progress of the wagon and how she's coming on. And you guys I really enjoy doing it for you because you love it as much as I do. Genuinely makes me so happy that so many of you want to come over and see progress of the wagon. Of course, the headboard and the beacon, the beacons, the lights. Some big things that happened making that headboard really transform the wagon. I'm not gonna lie, in a way I kind of regret doing that, taking her out for a run, because I had washed her all down, got all the grime off from the truck run, and then I've just gone and put it all back on. I didn't think it would get as bad in 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, whatever it was. So while the snow foam was dwelling, I want to get it rinsed off straight away, so then it just hasn't had time to dry. I made a cup of tea, and it's just sitting, dwelling, drifting away, and then I'll give it a good rinse off as well. I'm happy with how she's turning out. In fact, I'm over the moon. Air horns now, the headboard, we'll start from the top. Air horns, the headboard I made, and the beacons and the brackets, the new sun visor brackets, new roof markers, the amber ones. Painted all my mirror arms, cleaned them up, painted me grill handles and grill hinges, me grab handles, these ones. Painted all them up, put the lights in the grille, the strobes in the grille, the hideaway strobes in the headlights, all the dial styles, the lollipops on the mirror arms, the bottom of the bumper, across the bottom of the bumper. I've got 3 sets of horns, those horns, and then there's a set of horns hidden away in here. The cheap 8-horn train horns are amazing. The wheels, everything, it's just progressing every time I do something. Just that little step makes a huge difference. Little things like repairing and painting the top of the tank thingy. But then into the future, over this winter, this is probably the last time it might be out. Winter, hopefully, fingers crossed. If the time and money allow, and the weather, because I can't get it inside, if the time, money and weather allow, this is what is planned in my head, should be coming. And before I carry on with what's to come, I want to remind you, if you're into this kind of thing, with the ERF, into old lorries, restoring, working on, playing with them, doing mechanical stuff, painting, everything in between, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, especially that subscribe button, so you can come along with the journey, especially with what's coming with the ERF in the next year. First off, I want to get all the wings off, get the wing stays off, all these off from here, the bolts back here. Take them all off, and I'm going to blast them and paint them. Strip everything off, everything that I can off is going to be getting blasted and painted. I might even take the air tanks off. I'm in two minds whether I take the air tanks off and blast and paint them, but they do look awful. The fifth wheel is going to come off. I'm going to unbolt the fifth wheel, strip that down, blast it, paint it, make it look nice, put it back on. Into the future, this is the main plan for us. After I've got the bits off that I want off anyway, to repair and paint, I might even take the battery tray off. Repair and paint the battery tray. There's bits of repairs to do on it, make it look nice. But what I want to do as well is, I want to make an A-frame. So the Susies will come out, I want to make an A-frame up, tubular, with a checker plate infill, put the spotlight, the work lights on the top of it. I might even see if I can get like the Cummins logo cut into it, laser cut. I want to make infills and catwalk and infills for the chassis. So all of this, everything you see open here, is going to be, I'm going to frame this bit out where you stand with steel, and then I'm going to catwalk, make a checker plate catwalk, and paint it all up and make it look absolutely lovely. Same with it, it's all going to be painted red all the way through the chassis, as far under the fifth wheel as I can go. And then down here, I'm going to be taking the run-up ramps off because I don't need them on anymore. Because the wagon, well, they're on, I'm going to keep them. I'm not going to scrap them, don't worry. They are going to be kept safe and sound. It's just I'm not going to be running them on the wagon. Because the wagon's on air, flick a switch, it'll drop the air out the bags. And then when I'm back under the trailer, I'll lift the bags up, lift the back end back up. Ali checker plate infills or chassis inlays across here. Goes all the way back. Again, paint it red. I'm in two minds what to do about a rear bumper. I'm getting a beefy flap. I am getting a beefy flap. That is a definite. But whether I run a full Dutch spec rear bumper across the bottom, or I'm going to make my own, and twin rear light it, so it's going to have two proper rear lights on. I'm not going to put the burgers or LEDs in. I'm going to keep it on those. I'm going to be making wing infills as well. After doing Marty Dunn's Scania earlier in the year for drifter style, when I had the wing infills off and I made templates of them with some cardboard, so I've got templates to make the full triangles that fit in there. I'm going to modify them obviously because his is a double tag, mine's just a single mid-lift. So I'm going to make all these up out of Ali, just straight Ali, no checker plate on these bits. I think it will look nicer as a smooth finish. In fact, I might even put a smooth finish in the, not the headboard, the A-frame. That might look really nice. And then also something I'm really excited about, if I have time, the money and everything else, is I want to make a changeover valve. It'll go in the exhaust boot there. It'll go in doing there. And I'll have a side exit, it comes across the back and oop behind the tank here, the side pipe and the Eminox as well. I think that would be really cool. I would love to do that. So just time and money, so all I've got to do is hope and pray that we have enough of both. Like I say, the weather as well. I want to take the exhaust off, blast and paint that up. But I also want to make a toolbox, either make a toolbox or buy a toolbox, if I can find one second hand. Because I don't want to spend the money on buying a brand new one, because they are expensive. Fit in here, probably fit under here as well. I'll have this out, I might take the step off and use a toolbox as a step. I can fit my cleaner stuff, my tools, my bits and bats that I need to take up to shows. And also, I might even possibly think about fitting the pressure wash in the wagon. It all depends on whether I get a water tank into it as well, because then I would need something to feed the water to it. But how cool would that be? Tipping up to a truck show and just open a locker. I've seen it on other wagons. I think it was, who's it? Chris Branford's. I think it's the one that Jeremy Warren drives at the minute. I'm sure in the side locker and under there's a pressure wash, full pressure wash setup with a big tank under the built in the chassis. How cool is that? Which is all rinsed off now. I've got rinsed off underneath. The main thing is I wanted to get the salt and everything rinsed off from inside here and everything like that, instead of just sitting covered in salt. I think the salt doesn't do anything any good. But now it's time to put it back in the little corner there. And I think that's probably going to be it for the video, if I'm perfectly honest. Another thing I forgot to say earlier in the video was repaired and painted all these. carb seals underneath, do a little bit of welding and stuff. I'm going to be doing some interior work, but I don't want to, the thing is, with the interior, I don't want to damage any of the original interior, so it's going to be sort of, I think I might go to Harrison Trim Supplies. I've been speaking to them a couple of times about getting interior mats and stuff. But that is going to be it. Plans are laid out. Whether we get them all done, it all depends on time, money, suppliers. I am trying to speak to a supplier for the materials to make all the catwalks and everything like that. See what they say. Close up. Go through the horns. Yeah, good. That's going to be it for the day. Thank you very much for coming along with the ERF journey in general, and also don't forget that I've got my jacket on, but don't forget my hoodies are available. If you want one, just let us know. I organise them all myself, so there's a stock them at home under the bed, and I just need to get organised to sell them. But if I do that, can you see that? There we go. Funky Dory, man. These are available if you want one. Just get in touch with us. There's multiple ways. There's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, commenting, emailing, all that kind of stuff. We'll get it organised. They are £30 posted, £25 collected. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and all that jazz. I hope to see you in the future. Cheers and ta-ra for now.